So this man seemingly, well, not seemingly, single-handedly destroyed a franchise. I'm not joking when I say that. Kawhi Leonard single-handedly destroyed the LA Clippers franchise. And you might be saying, like, oh, it wasn't his fault. Maybe it was Steve Ballmer's. But let's be real. Let's be real. This is a players' league. This is a players' league. And the reality is that even if Kawhi wanted to go and play for the Clippers, Kawhi could have had Shea. They ran the Golden State Warriors closer than any team other than the Raptors who beat them. And it was a full Golden State Warriors team, by the way. So the Raptors would not have beaten a full Golden State team. The Raptors might have lost to a full Golden State team in 5 games. Like, the Raptors weren't even expected to beat Golden State without Kevin Durant. But the Clippers had just come off a season where they ran the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant to 6 games. So they were looking real good. They were looking real good. Shea was there. They had Pat Bev. They had Trez Harrell. They had Lou Will. They had, who else was on that team? Zubac was there because they traded Zub for they made the Mike Muscala trade during that season. So they had all the pieces there. But Kawhi Leonard was only joining if they got Paul George. Otherwise, he was threatening to take his talents to South Beach. Not only that, his uncle had them basically was going around teams trying to get illegal deals, and none of these other teams were willing to make illegal deals to get Kawhi to those teams. Whether that be the Raptors, whether that be the LA Lakers, they weren't willing to break the law at least maybe not the law, but the rules of the league, in order to get Kawhi Leonard to their team. The Clippers were. Not only that, you had all the aspiration shit, like, that's happened, and in that period of time, you have won a grand total of 2 playoff series with Kawhi Leonard in the team. And you've won 1 playoff series when Kawhi was injured in one of those years. It has been 6 years since that trade. The trade for Kawhi Leonard, like, in hindsight, you still make that trade. In hindsight, you still make the Paul George trade. Because, let's be real, Paul George was 3rd in MVP voting, and Kawhi Leonard had just come off a playoff run where people were arguing, was he the best player in the world, or was he more clutch than Kobe? The reality is, yes. By all metrics, he was more clutch than Kobe. Was he as great as Kobe? No. But by all metrics, and at that stage, he had just won 2 finals MVPs. He was seen as his playoff riser. Like, it made sense at the time. But everything that has gone wrong for the Clippers is because they've been on Kawhi Leonard's timeline. Like, they ended up like the James Harden trade. I thought they got James Harden for pennies on the dollar, I guess, but like they owed her this pick and next pick to the Thunder. Next year's pick to the Thunder. And they also owe even more picks to the Thunder. They owe the Thunder even more picks to the Sixers. So they're kind of in a really rough spot. They kind of got nothing. I'm going to be honest here. They don't really have much in terms of prospects. Like, they have one of the worst futures in the NBA, and a large part of that has been directly caused by Kawhi Leonard, who has barely been on the floor. Like, Kawhi Leonard's play has been good. Even last night, they benched a lot, they pulled a lot of their starters, but Kawhi still goes in as 36, and he, like, really stepped up in that 4th quarter. But, like, there's a load of moves that they make because they are trying to quick fix a championship and, like, win in the next 12 months. How many moves have the Clippers made over the last 2 or 3 years that have been like, we need to win next season? Our window ends next season. We can't wait for 2 to 3 years. It needs to be next year. The Paul George one, clearly, because let's be real, like, the whole thing was we're taking over LA and we're having this new arena, everything. We can be the team in LA. And now you've got a new arena, you've got no future, and you are back to the freaking Donald Sterling Clippers. Like, you are back to the Clippers when they were a joke of a franchise. You're back to the pre-Blake Griffin Clippers. Do we not remember, like, the post-Corey Maggette, Elton Brand pre-Blake Griffin Clippers, they were a joke of a franchise. They were not a serious franchise at all. And then there was a while where it looked like they were, they were a team in LA, and even when they were good and the Lakers were terrible, it was LA is still a Lakers town, and it always has been, always will be. And the Clippers are absolutely they're in a really bad spot. They're in a really bad spot because, again, you have that. It's like when the Nets are bad. Yes, there was a decent chunk of time where the Nets were way better than the Knicks. But the Knicks is still New York's team. But the Nets, just because the Nets are good and located in New York, they still have relevancy. Same with the Clippers. When the Clippers are located in LA and are good, they're still going to be a relevant team because of that. But when you are the second team in LA and you suck, you're not a free agency destination. Not at all. Could you imagine going and paying California taxes to go and play for the irrelevant franchise in LA? You're not even getting all the extra perks that come with playing with the Lakers. You're not even getting all of the endorsement deals that come with being a Laker. None of that. You're getting none of that. And then you're also, again, getting screwed in taxes, which is horrendous. If you're going to go, it's almost like it's going to be very close to playing for the Sacramento Kings, paying those California taxes. At this stage, what's the difference between playing for the Kings and the Clippers? Because you can live in LA instead of live in Sacramento, I guess. But during the season, how often are players home? You can have your off-season house in LA anyway. But for me, I'm looking at it, I'm just how exactly are the Clippers going to get out of this? And it's all been caused by Kawhi. Not only that, Kawhi's contract very well could get torn up because of the aspiration thing. By what we've seen, it looks like they 100% did it. And I would not be shocked. Not even not be shocked. I would be having near certainty that multiple NBA teams are doing exactly what the Clippers are being accused of, to pay players under the table. I just don't see how they don't. Because if I'm not mistaken, was Jordan not offered a deal like that to go play for the Knicks? I remember reading somewhere that Jordan was offered a deal where it's oh yeah, we'll pay you this much in the salary cap, but we'll give you an endorsement deal for we'll give you an endorsement deal for 15 extra millions. And that endorsement deal will make up for the 15 million less we can pay you in the Bulls. And yeah, it's just a mad old situation. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.